This bout is scheduled.
All the talking. Here we go for round one. Nice punch. Nice counter. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Failing to score with that right hook. We welcome you to this beautiful theater. Shakespeare has nothing on the drama that we've seen between these two fighters. We expect a standing ovation when these two are done.
For a fighter walking into a theater, I think this is the closest thing to fighting in a gym, because the people are up close. You can hear people talking ringside. You can hear people jeering, saying how good you are, saying how bad you are. You can hear the pressure, the expectation.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Beautiful counter shot. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard. Here we go. It's round two. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
There's a counter shot. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate. They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Can't find a home for that jab. That hook won't score. They both want the knockout. Nice counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. About Roy Jones in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round. The bell rings and we start the third. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Counter punches have to hurt. punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That hook was off target. And he scores with the counter. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes on a belly of the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. The perfect counter lands. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nope, that jab not going to score. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one up. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
To be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punching. He threw a punch and just got countered. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Missing with the hook. Beautiful counter punch. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Roy Jones. And there's the bell for round 5. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history books.
The halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You believe what we are seeing. jab. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Punch count. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Roy Jones. There's the bell for round 6. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
That counter shot lands. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
He misses with that jab. That jab was blocked. Done with that counter shot. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the dangerous fight.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones and now switch on. Here we go. It's round 7. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Back and forth they go. He's going to loosen things up here. Let's see how he does with this fancy footwork. Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Time they throw a shot, they get countered. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
When you have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Punch caught him clean. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones. There's the bell to start round 8. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. They exchange punches. Good counter punch. Look how that straight's affecting them. A perfect counter shot. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Catch and shoot. Nice counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, Terence Crawford just got rocked. Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
How about that time counter shot? I don't care how good your chin is, a punch like that, and you're going down.
I've got to see that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
Well, these scorecards were all over the place, but in the end, I think the right athlete won.
These guys are doing their job right. I'd have called it exactly as that. You know, I might have been around that or two, but these guys have got it right. Well even fight, even match. I'd have noted that as well.